The gorgeous Haji is perfectly cast as an exotic looking sorceress from times past in this moral fable by the master of exploitation, Russ Meyer. Regrettably, her part is very brief, if crucial though. The plot follows a wealthy yet unhappy man, his unsatisfied worries young wife, and his teenage daughter, as they all learn to live in peace with each other as a wholesome, happy American family. Mayer's power to tease and involve the audience in his cinematic world are on display, even if somewhat less shockingly than in other pieces. That's not saying he is in particular less effective here. Of course, it's just that the edge in this satire lies in its narrative content rather than in the stylistic tools which convey it. Still, Lancaster is pretty good as the character with a most painful and dramatically staged, including the bloody violence typical of the director storyline. Good Morning and Goodbye is still a comedy, with a mean streak in it. It had potential to be more than what it is, yet what is enough. Both soundtrack and cinematography are standout, although the editing remained quite sloppy. However, the overall results show a filmmaker willing to explore a side to his craft a bit different from the height already achieved in Motorcycle and Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, both co-starring Haji just a couple of years before. In comparison, this film is more interested in getting the character portrayed through the feeling of color and music, and has a far more optimistic vibe about it. Capri looks titillating spectacular, and the voice-over lends a further sense of morality play to the whole. Good Morning and Goodbye is one of Russ Meyer's more obscure movies. I wouldn't recommend it as an introduction to Meyer's strangely skewed world of love and violence, but anybody already into his movies will not be disappointed. The best thing about the movie is the opening voice-over dialogue, which I wish I could quote at length. It's priceless and pure Meyer, and is narrated over a montage of action shots which include most of the movie's nudity. Written by Jack Moran, who also scripted Meyer's classic Faster Pussycat Kill Kill and his extremely underrated Common Law Cabin. It starred the wonderful Stuart Lancaster from the former and the beautiful Alaina Capri from the latter. Lancaster is one of Meyer's best love actor, and Capri is arguably his most underrated actress. She only starred in two of his movies, but was not only hot, but played the beach goddess roles as good as Eric Gavin. Why she is hardly mentioned when anyone discusses Meyer's leading ladies is a mystery to me. Lancaster and Capri play an unhappily married couple. Lancaster is rich but important, and Capri is physically frustrated. Add to this Capri's blue-collar boyfriend and Lancaster's blossoming teenage daughter, and you are set for some typically hysterical Meyer soap operism. To top it all off, Haji memorably appears as a witch who gives Lancaster back his mojo. Good Morning and Goodbye wouldn't make my list of favorite Russ Meyer movies, but it by no means his worst effort and pretty entertaining. Fans should enjoy it, but beginners are advised to start with Faster Pussycat or Supervision for the real deal. Good Morning and Goodbye is one of the movies from Russ Meyer's soap opera period. It isn't really comedy as such, it's more of an extremely over the top melodrama. It's basically about a rich but important husband and his physically dissatisfied wife, who, due to the lack of love, firework at home, takes a blue collar lover. She does not hide this fact from her husband at all. This leads to all manner of confrontation where men and women talk harshly to one another, Meyer style. Jack Moran, the screenwriter of Faster Pussycat Kill Kill, is the writer here and it shows. The dialogue is filled with the gloriously vicious, put down, and nonsensical hipster talk that we have come to expect. Alaina Capri, in particular, get a barrel load of great lines, and she delivers them with gusto. Capri is awesome in this film. She is without doubt one of the hot women to grace a Meyer picture. Her pneumatic figure, coupled with her strong beautiful feature, make her a perfect super beach for an Russ Meyer production. Meyer, it goes without saying, photograph her to perfection and she on every scene she is in. She isn't really an actress, but she delivers her line in that curious way that all women seem to in Russ Meyer production. Half shouting, half sneering, which for some unknown reason always work brilliantly. Alaina Capri is truly the most underrated Russ Meyer actress. She just oozes charismatic love appeal, and all her beat seem to be in the right places. Another Meyer regular Haji appeared too in a memorable role as a supernatural sorceress. Haji was the most quirky of all Meyer women, a true free spirit who is clearly in her element in this movie as a creature of nature at one with the forest. She interacts with Stuart Lancaster's important husband and give him back his missing love drive. Lancaster is as usual great, but Russ Meyer production are always really about the leading ladies. Technically, it's up to the usual high standard we expect from a Meyer flick. His photography and quick editing are all great once more. It isn't one of his more outrageous films as there isn't much nudity and the violence is restricted to a couple of bloody punch-up. Even the story is fairly routine. However, don't worry, this is a great Russ Meyer movie. Alaina Capri and Haji are fabulous. Jack Moran deliver another bunch of great lines. And Russ film it all with loving care. Just great. Tales of 11 losers are told and interwoven, but can't satisfy Angel. So she seeks the arms of another man who is caught by Angel in the arms of another woman. Angel end up with Justin, who end up with a co-worker's wife. As Angel and Bud argue, a sorceress watches and eventually seduces Bud, while Angel get to know Ray, who had previously chased a blonde girl down on the coast. You get the idea. Russ Meyer obviously doesn't think much of save the best for last because the best scene of the movie is the opening segment, which has the only true nudity in all of film, and the best looking woman and the best body. I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's downhill from here, but the fact that Capri's ample bosom is never truly revealed to the lusting male viewers is a disappointment. Less is more doesn't quite work when it comes to soap porn, now does it? The movie is saved by that great late 60s feel and over the top mugging by some of the cast. Capri speaks exactly like the short haired brunette bimbo that gets killed off early on in the MST spoof horror at Putty Beach. Those two must have gone to the some charlatanic acting coach. They probably dream of stardom. Poodle with their own trailer. 100-mile Ville, the poor, deluded trollops. As I saw Capri, I was instantly reminded of two women. Raquel Welch. Capri's face is how Welch would have looked if she had done yet another nose correction, and Amy Winehouse. Now, before you call me a blind moron, I have to add that Winehouse would look like Capri if she had around 10,000 facial surgeries. In fact, Amy is so gorgeous that she'd probably need dozens of surgeries just to be considered homely. Kiral, playing the blonde, is quite hot, whereas the Indian woman is nothing to shout about. A great chest, I'm sure, but 1967 must have been too early even for Meyer to show them to us. All in all, not bad, but without the fast forward button, a bit too long. When you read about Russ Meyer, people usually write about Erica Gavin, Eddie Williams, Tura Satana, but I never hear anyone mention how wonderful Alaina Capri is as Angel in Good Morning and Goodbye. Before Vixen, Alaina Capri was the super bitch with an unquenchable thirst for scenes of the flesh, smoldering beach clay, perfect dark brown mountain of hair that is always set perfectly, arched eyebrow. She really is the perfect Russ Meyer archetype. This is an exploitation film, but it is very unique in its frank depiction of human love needs. Most films of this era have men that are in control love machine. This one deal with the crippling effect male impotence can have unconnubial bliss. The women in Good Morning demand their love need. Unconventional for its time. Allow the scene when Angel gets so horny that she drives to the construction site and lays on the horn, alerting her stud of her presence. This film is also a great showcase for Haji. Allow that she is dressed like Eve, mother of the earth. Her silver fig leaf covering her bronze body, she teaches Bert how to make love again with her love witchcraft. Haji's role is mysterious. Sometimes it is depicting her as an invisible nymph, watching and manipulating the other players like Puck in a midsummer's night dream. Other times, she is seen interacting with the character. Is she good? Is she evil? Indeed, does she exist at all? This movie is campy and silly, but one gets the feeling that the director is on the joke. The opening narration is some of the funniest dialogue of all time. Although Roger Ebert basically dismissed this film and Common Law Cabin in his retrospective of Russ Meyer work as being his lesser films. I think Beyond the Valley of the Dolls pays many homage in its screenplay to Good Morning and Goodbye. The photography is beautiful. Russ Meyer was a master of blending art and exploitation. Russ Meyer fans may be a little disappointed when they watch this movie because there is only one storyline and that is of going around having love with one or two people. It's kind of boring because there is not too much nudity and it's lacking some action. The story is about an uninhibited woman who is always craving for love, but her important old husband cannot fulfill her love needs. So she goes out and has love with this other guy named Stone and continue to taunt her old husband. That he is nothing but a boring old fart who can't get it up. What I found really stupid about this movie is this forest girl who supposedly lives in the forest. It's pretty lame to put a forest girl type character wearing jungle cloth. The old man takes a car ride into the forest. He notices the forest girl and he starts making love to her. The ending of the movie is pretty predictable. For all you early adult movie fan, I recommend Mondo Topless. That movie is full of topless girls running around and showcasing Mother Nature's most luscious asset.